Hey everybody, it's Andrew with Functional Medicine Marketing. Today we want to check in on your website. So we're a full service marketing agency that specializes in marketing, digital marketing for functional medicine practices. And one of the key foundations to that is having a great website. So what do I mean when I talk about a great website? Well, first of all, the website needs to be, at bare bones, it needs to be clear. Does it tell people what you do and where you do it? So I'm going to walk you through how to do the goldfish test. The other thing is, does everything work? Do all your buttons and your links and your forms work? Is it optimized for conversion? We're going to go over that. And then we're also going to talk about site load speed, which is more of a technical thing. But people do not want to wait for sites to load. So it's important that your site loads nice and quickly, especially on mobile. Okay, let's dive on in here. Got something in my mouth there. All right. Okay, here we go. Okay, so website checkup checklist. The checkup checklist, just like with your patients, it's important that you are staying in touch with them. It's important that they are staying in touch with themselves and their body and their emotions and just stress levels, all of those things. Same thing goes for your website. And I say this a lot, but marketing, digital marketing, especially with your website, is very similar to functional medicine in the sense that, one, we need to get to the root cause of the problems. Two, there's no magic pill when it comes to marketing. You can't just put all your eggs into some trendy new targeting on TikTok or Facebook, Instagram, something like that. It really is a multi-channel approach where everything is working holistically. The other thing is, you can't just fix your website once and then forget about it for a couple of years or even 6 months. You really do need to treat it like you would treat your health. Eating well consistently, sleeping well, those regular weekly check-ins. Okay, how am I doing? Did I do some good self-care this week? And the same thing goes for your website. Okay, so we're going to dive in, and we're really only looking at 4 different things today. We're talking about, is your site clear or clever? We're going to talk about, is it optimized for conversion? And then we're going to talk about site load speed and button form check. So we'll spend most of our time probably on the clear and clever. Let's just go, again, I haven't pulled this out. I do this every time. I just do functional medicine, and then I randomly pick a city. Let's do, I don't know, what do you want to do? Let's go New England, just to see what that comes up with. Okay, so we got New England Center for Functional Medicine. Let's do our goldfish test on their website. All right, here. So we've got New England Functional Medicine. When it comes to people coming to your site, now let's assume that the site loaded very quickly. People come to their site, whether it's on desktop or mobile. Obviously, we're looking at desktops, just easier for the video. The first thing we need to do is, in this above the fold section, is it going to pass the goldfish test? First of all, why do I call it the goldfish test? I have some goldfish right here. It actually, statistically, humans have about the same attention span when it comes to goldfish, when it comes to websites. Now, this has gotten worse. We actually have a worse attention span than goldfish when we first are just exploring a website. One, if it doesn't load very quickly, we're likely to bounce out and go somewhere else and find that information because there's so much information. Two, if it doesn't communicate to us very quickly, if it's easy to understand, if it's not easy to understand, we're very likely to bounce off. So while we're getting started here, we're going to do a page speed test. Google has this tool called Page Speed Insights. It's free. You can go here, you put your URL in. We're going to do New England Center for Functional Medicine. Got that in there, and we click Analyze. This takes a couple minutes. We're going to come back to it. Okay? Now, the goldfish test. People are asking 3 subconscious questions every time they go to a website. What is it that you do? Very simple. How does it help me? And then how do I get it? What's the process, right? So, how does it, what do you do? So very simply put, people need to see in this top section, what do you do and where do you do it? Obviously, is part of that, because if I'm in Florida and I see Functional Medicine New England, not going to work for me. But it's important that we see where the location is. So Functional Medicine New England, New England Center for Functional Medicine, New England Center for Functional Medicine, passed with flying colors. What do? You do Functional Medicine in New England. That's incredible. This is a great first question is, what do you do? And they pass with flying colors. Second thing is, how does it help me? Speaking to the potential patient, somebody that's just exploring, doing their due diligence. They've heard about this thing, functional medicine, they've come to your website, and they're just wondering, okay, what is it? Like, how does functional medicine help me? So we see here that it helps me reclaim my health. Reclaim your health. I love that this is worded your, because that does speak to the potential patient. Now, I say this all the time, but your website, especially your homepage, should speak to potential patients. People that already know about you, they're going to dive and they're going to search through and find all the information that they want. They're going to look and they're going to, okay, I just need to know phone number. I need to ask a question. I want to know, do they do this specific thing? Boom. That's no problem. We see here we've got book supplements, getting started. Okay, so how does it help me? Okay, what is it that you do and how does it help me? Well, it helps me reclaim my health, which is not bad, but I think we could even go a little bit deeper. So it's truly rewarding to see the concepts of functional medicine are successfully applied to physicians of the background, skill, and dedication, et cetera. Helps patients reach their full potential and optimal health by personalized plans for each individual. His advanced functional medicine. My one concern about this is so many people are coming to functional medicine because they've tried everything else. So I would like to see something about, are you tired of just getting another pill for a symptom? Would you like to get to the root cause of your issues? Now, it would really depend on the strategy of New England Center for Functional Medicine and who they're trying to target. If they're trying to target full potential optimized people, then that's great. If they're wanting to communicate that they get to the root cause of chronic issues, acute problems, those kinds of things, then you would want more of that type of verbiage. So it is really contingent on what are your goals? Who's the ideal patient that you're wanting to communicate to? So that's neither here nor there, I guess, but get started on the path towards reclaiming your health today. Again, I love reclaim your health. I think we could have just another phrase somewhere up in here in this top section that says get to the root cause of your health issues or something like that, and then talking about the struggle, being able to connect with people on the struggle that they're having. I don't see anything about that. Okay, so the goldfish test is, what is it that you do? They do functional medicine in New England. Great. How does it help me? It helps me reclaim my health, but that could be a little more fleshed out. The third thing is, how do I get it? Now we've got a little bit of confusion here. We've got a get started kind of section, but it's not super highlighted. We also see get started on the path here, but then this is confusing about becoming a patient, because most people, again, we want to talk to the potential patient. They're doing the due diligence. They need to know, okay, what's the process? What do you do? How does it help me? And how do I get it? Do they go straight here and become a patient? Or is there a process of them finding out more information? Is there a discovery call? And so I would like to see this get started up here, even just next to this button. Get started. Okay, so it's just becoming a patient. Again, I would definitely rather see a little more clarity on what does it mean to become a patient. How do I go about that? Because rarely is somebody just going to come to your website, read around, yeah, I'll become a patient. This is a big deal. People's health is very intense. They make intense isn't the right word. It's very personal, and it's a big decision. So people need to know. Okay, I need to ask somebody some questions. I want to who's the doctor. I want to just get to know your health team. Those kinds of things. So getting started. I would love to see getting started go to a section above here maybe that says, here's what it means to get started. First, you're going to schedule a discovery call. Second, you're going to ask us any questions that you need to. You can join our Facebook group, or you can ask questions, and then we've got some online, like a getting started pamphlet or something like that. And then third, you can schedule a discovery call. You can, get started at that point. And so having options for people to kick the tires a little bit is important. Okay, so that's the goldfish test. What is it that you do? How does it help me, and how can I get it? So I would give this a 66 out of 10, maybe a 7 out of 10, because I really do like that it says New England Center for Functional Medicine in 3 different places. And then Reclaiming Your Health is directed to the patient. That's great. I would like to see a little bit more about understanding the struggle that people are going with that brings them to functional medicine. And then definitely would want to see Get Started have more than just a form. But it's not bad. People would get it at that point. But this Get Started should really be up here. Become a Patient could be, somewhere else. Okay, so this goes to the same place. So really, Get Started would be less intimidating to people, rather than, I'm not going to click on Become a Patient. That's, I'm not ready for that yet. After they've done their due diligence and they've had the discovery call and they've had their questions answered, they've read through the blogs and those kinds of things, then Becoming a Patient makes sense. So with that call to action, let's say we change this to Get Started, leave Get Started here. We want to add Get Started button here, another Get Started button here. You never want people to get confused about what you want them to do. Oh, they do tailored programs, holistic focus. Oh, they have experienced clinicians. Okay, now what do I do? And so they shouldn't go, I remember seeing a button, but we've got lots of buttons. So what is it that they actually want me to do? Do they want me to read more testimonials? Do they want me to learn more about conditions? So what I like to see is a real clear call to action button like this one, and it's always the same. So Get Started, instead of more testimonials, just have a link. Just have that where you can click on more testimonials, kind of like this here, where it's, you can click on that. This should also maybe not be a button, and just have it where you can click on the words, but have that Get Started call to action everywhere. So that's important. Okay. So then the other thing is, as we talk about this, so we went clear and clever. We did the goldfish test. Okay, once we get those fixed, people know exactly what's going on, what you do, how it helps them, how to get it. And then we want to optimize for conversion. And that's really down to this button being everywhere. I love to see that this has a form on the home page, and really having a form on every page of the site would be fantastic. I also like that they have, established patients can ask a question versus becoming a patient. Complete this form to get started. We would want to see I think we should have less fields for people that are just kicking the tires. It should be name, email, phone number, question. And then obviously you would want more of an onboarding form where you're going to get more information. But so this is becoming a patient. This is questions from patients, but we don't have a form for people inquiring, kicking the tires. So that's definitely part of that. I keep going to the wrong thing. Optimizing it for conversion. Okay, now let's go back to the site load speed. So again, if it takes more than a few seconds to load on your phone, people are likely to bounce away, and that's called a bounce rate. If somebody goes to your site and they just click back, they don't spend any time, they don't scroll around, they don't click on anything, that's going to have a higher bounce rate. We want to see a lower bounce rate, which a great bounce rate might be 60-70%. On the bounce rate. If we can get it to 50 is great. If you see it less than 40, probably something's not set up right. So just kind of keep that in mind about your bounce rate. So let's check and see how we're doing here. Okay, so Google PageSpeed Insights give you 2 scores. This one for mobile, 61. So we can see it's taking 5.3 seconds. So that's why it's not getting a great score. We want to get that into all 4 of these green. And again, that's just their scores. They're kind of tallying up a lot of different things. So what are the issues? So why is it giving a score of 61 to this site? We've got some issues with render blocking resources. We've got some images that are taking a while to load. This isn't too bad. A lot of times I'll see the mobile score in the teens. So this isn't too bad. Still needs to be fixed. Still needs to load faster. Desktop is looking really good. It's loading very quickly. Still some issues with the render blocking resources. So definitely some improvement that needs to be made there. So that's the site load speed is really important just as part of that user experience. So remember, we're talking about how's your website doing. This is just a website checkup checklist. This is not exhaustive by any means. These are just some real high level, tip of the iceberg things that if you don't have these fixed, you're going to miss out on helping on getting new patients with your website. Okay. Then the next thing is the button and form check. So you just want to go through. This is real simple. You want to make sure all the buttons work, right? If anybody goes and it leads to, if it leads just straight to the homepage every time, it's not going anywhere. It needs to go somewhere. So this is good. This goes to the testimonials. We want to see. Okay, we can share it. We want to see, does this go to their Facebook page? It does not go to their Facebook page. It goes to if I want to share their Facebook page. So that's a little bit, people are more likely, again, a potential patient's more likely to want to go see your Facebook page than they are to share your Facebook page. So hopefully this button goes to their Facebook page. Yes. It does. Okay, that's good. So what I would do is I would make sure these buttons go there as well. And then share this page. I would put that down in the bottom, just somewhere down in the bottom. Share this page. You still want to, maybe have a title for this like visit our social pages or something like that, and then have share our pages. That's not bad. You're probably not going to get too many people that go, oh yeah, I just came to the site and this looks great. I'm going to share this page. No, that would be better sent out to your existing patients, people that enjoy you, that love you. Those might be, so your super fans. Those are people that you're going to ask for a Google review. Also, hey, would you mind sharing our page on your page so we can help more people? So that, that would be great. But I would like to see that this goes to the pages instead of goes to share the page right off the bat. Okay, so we talked about, so then you just want to go through the entire site and make sure all of the buttons are working. Make sure your forms are working. Make sure these are leading to the world of hormone replacement. Okay, good. That goes to that page. That's perfect. You just want to do a regular check on those things because websites, like I said, are a living, breathing thing. Wow, that guy's he's got good arms. He works out. I work out a lot, so that's cool to see. And that works well for the mail page there. Okay, so we talked about is your messaging clear? We did the goldfish test. What is it that you do? How does it help me, and how do I get it? So definitely some work to be done on this website, but also probably on your site as well. So you want to go through that goldfish test. The great thing about the goldfish test is you can go up to complete strangers in the coffee shop and say, hey, I'll buy your coffee if you do a quick test on my website. And what you're going to do is you're going to tell them, okay, I'm going to ask you I'm going to have you look at our website for 10 seconds. And then I'm going to ask you 3 questions and see if you can remember anything. There's no pressure. I'm just checking to see if my site is clear and memorable. And so then just asking them, what is it that I do? How does it help people? And how do people get it? So that's going to be really good. And then optimizing for conversion, make sure that you got one clear call to action. What's the thing that you want people to do? They should never forget. They should never wonder how they should respond. And get started, discovery call, all of those. That's going to be really good rather than just become a patient. And then the site load speed, very important so that your site is loading very quickly, especially on mobile. You want to get that up in the green. This is taking 5 seconds. A lot of times I'll see this in the teens or the 20s, even the 30 seconds. And so 5.3 is not bad. That's why it's at a 61. But we would like to get that closer to the desktop one that's 1.6 seconds. That's really fast, which is hard to do on mobile, but you can definitely get a lot closer than 5-6 seconds. Okay, and then we want to go through and we want to make sure every button and link, every form works on the website, and you want to just do that regularly. That's a great thing for somebody in your office to do while they're, between answering the phone. Just give them a checklist of things to go through, and then have them just make notes. Okay, here's things that aren't working, and then that can go to your web developer, whomever that is. All right, so this has been Andrew Newland, Functional Medicine Marketing. Again, we're a full-service marketing agency helping you help more people, one, with your website. So it's nice and clear, and it's optimized for conversion. It's loading very quickly, and everything's working. We also do SEO. We do Google and Facebook, Instagram ads. We do TikTok ads. We do a full local SEO as well on your Google listing. We do email marketing, texting marketing, sales funnels, graphic design, anything that you would need. We don't pigeonhole you into one program, because there is no magic pill for marketing. It's holistic. It's a multi-channel approach to marketing that works the best when you have strategy, when you know who your target demographic is, and you come up with a plan and you stick to it consistently. Elbow grease marketing versus magic pill marketing. So we'd be over here in the elbow grease marketing category. So let me know what you need. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks.